If you want to make 2024 the year that you finally break through and get directly connected and accepted by a music library, or potentially you want to get a second or a third library added to your list, then you need to seriously consider signing up for Sync Connect, because there's no better way to get direct access and insights from the people who are making the decisions in terms of which producers and composers get accepted and which ones get rejected or ignored. So if you haven't heard of Sync Connect, it is my 6-month-old service at this point, but fairly new. And it has already been proven to directly connect producers and composers just like you with library owners. In fact, for every library CEO that we've had on the service for the last 6 months, we've had at least one, usually 3 or 4, producers and composers that get directly connected to the library owner. So this is a proven service. It absolutely is a game changer for many members. And it is finally opening up the door for many people who have always felt, or for a long time felt, like they're on the outside. And maybe that's you, where you feel like you don't really know if you have a place in this business. You're really intimidated about directly pitching to a library. Of course, we're all worried and concerned about getting rejected or ignored. That never feels good. So what Sync Connect can do is essentially lift the veil, open up the curtains, and let you see directly into the lives and to the mindset of the human beings that are going to decide whether or not they'll take you on. And you can also hear directly from them what kinds of music they like, what kinds of music they feel is not really appropriate. So you can decide if your tracks are really ready to be submitted to them. Of course, you can also even get your tracks directly reviewed and potentially accepted through the service. And we'll talk about that in this video. But I want to walk you guys through the 9 library owners that we have scheduled for the first half of 2024. And also make you aware that for the first 3 months of this year, of January, February, and March, we're going to be doubling up and even tripling up on the amount of Zoom calls and the amount of library owners that you can get directly access to through these private Zoom calls. So you're going to be getting even more value for your membership in the first 3 months. And I'm still offering a discounted rate on the first 100 members that sign up. We have 12 spots left as the recording of this video. That might change. If you come and check out the website where we're talking about this service, you will see that number updated. But for right now, there are 12 spots that can still get in a discounted rate of $24.99 a month. After we get 100 members, I will be raising that up to $39.99 a month. So right now you get a $15 per month discount. You're saving $15 a month if you join us now, not to mention getting access to way more Zoom calls for the first 3 months of 2024. So this is a really, really great time for you to kickstart your 2024 off into an amazing place, okay? So let's go ahead and jump into who the library owners are, what their credits are, and why you might want to consider jumping on these Zoom calls with us, okay? So here are the CEOs that we have lined up for the first half of 2024. I'm going to go through each one of their websites, and you can check out for yourself what kind of credits they have and why they're obviously credible people that I want you to get directly connected to. But as you'll see, January, we're doubling up. We have 2. On February, we actually have 3. So we have Eric, Brian, and Dustin for February. March, we're going to have 2. April, we'll have 1, and May, we'll have 1. And we might even double up these ones. Right now, this is so far into the future, we don't have those. We have May scheduled for sure, but April, we still need to get the specific date. But there definitely are other library CEOs I have reached out to that I'm still waiting to get confirmation on. So just know that this list will probably grow as the year goes on. But let's just jump into these gentlemen and why you might want to consider jumping on a Zoom call to potentially work with them. So Mike Giannotto, probably a familiar name for many of you. If not, Mike is the owner of Reverse Play. Reverse Play has done some amazing work with TV and trailers, as you can see here. So Avengers and some Netflix work. Mike does a lot of amazing work with Netflix as well. 12 Monkeys, Expanse. So all really cool stuff that Mike has done. He has actually been in the business much longer than I have, and he has taught me so much about this industry in terms of what he's seen work and not work. So he's an amazing guy. And also he's a library that does not accept unsolicited submissions. So if you weren't in Sync Connect and you just tried to email him, he's not going to be accepting music from anybody outside of his circle. So this is an exception he's making because he wants to be a part of this really helpful, useful service. And of course, by him jumping on these Zoom calls, he can coach you guys. He can let you know what essentially would be potentially useful for him and exciting for him, okay? And allow him to potentially accept you. So then we're going to have Tim from Ninja Kitty. Ninja Kitty is an amazing company as well. They have done some really, really cool things, including UFC, some Netflix shows as well, Bring the Funny, World of Dance, Ariel, So You Think You Can Dance, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So amazing competition shows, reality shows, and a lot of these kind of like high quantity types of placements, which is, to be honest with you guys, the main reason why I was able to create full-time income was a lot of reality shows and competition shows and getting a large quantity of tracks out there into the world. So this is definitely a company you want to potentially start working with to crank up the number of placements that you get. Next, we're going to move on to Eric in February with Sonic Librarian. Now, Sonic Librarian, obviously, is kind of their credits speak for themselves. Done some work with Fortnite, with some video games, Game of Thrones, might have heard of that show, Modern Family, Scandal, and then they have all their list of tracks or placements here from ABC, CBS, NBC promos, HBO, Fox, UFC, movie trailers, in-show, and more. Okay, so obviously very, very established company there. And by the way, all of these links on the website, if you want to click on that link below, if you're not on this website, these are all hyperlinks, so you can definitely go check out all of them for yourself to decide, or just do more further research if you want to. Next, we have Brad from 411 Music Group, and 411 is obviously, they've been around for a long time, and they've done some amazing things. You can see here, they've got some huge trailers, huge movies from Tenet all the way to they have World Series. They have some sports that they work on. They've done some competition shows. They do, literally almost a little bit of everything. They've got video games. They've got streaming placements. They've got sports, as you can see, NFL. They've got WWE, Bad Boys for Life trailer, and Game of Thrones, of course. They've done some amazing things there. So they are very, very established in the film, TV, and trailer, and even video game world. So this is obviously a great company for you to potentially work with. Dustin of Black Market Music, he reached out to me recently, and he had some amazing placements and really cool stuff. Looks like a lot of advertising opportunities for you guys. So we have Country Crock, we have McDonald's, Ram, we've got Samsung, Ford, American Express. So we've got some really high quality, national and international ad campaigns that you guys can potentially get access to. This is where a lot of those larger sync fee opportunities will be. So this is a great opportunity for you guys to work with a company like Black Market if you feel that'd be a cool opportunity for you. Then moving on further into March, we're going to have Joy from Lab Hits, and Joy is just such a positive, really, really amazing guy, and I'm really glad to have gotten to know him. And as you can see with their credits here, they've done some amazing promos and TV shows and reality shows, commercials as well. So UFC to AT&T, March Madness, Apple TV, Pizza Hut, iPhone, some Apple promos as well. So it just kind of goes on and on and on. They do amazing reality shows, and they do some promos and commercials and all that kind of stuff. So really great opportunities with Lab Hits. Then Rob with Loaded Production Music. That's a company actually out of the UK. For those of you that want to maybe start working in some other territories, or for those of you that maybe are closer to the UK and want to work with more of a local company, this might be an option for you to look into. They have some great opportunities. They've worked with obviously a lot of BBC stuff, and they've done some great reality shows, competition shows, and again, one of those kind of companies where you can get large quantities of placements that do start to stack up into some amazing opportunities for your royalties down the road. So you can see here big names, big companies that they work with. Then Michael from Amphibious Zoo, we will definitely get his specific date nailed down fairly soon. But as you can see here, I'm going to play just a little bit of the trailer. There's some amazing high quality titles that they've been a part of in terms of major releases. So check it out. So, just in a few seconds there, it's like you've got Mario Brothers, you've got Oppenheimer, you have Star Wars. It's just crazy. Little Mermaid, and just amazing, amazing opportunity right here for a company. And I actually had Michael on my channel for an interview quite a few years ago, and he was such an insightful guy, letting us know about what it's like to be a library CEO and all of the sort of juggling balls that he has to have in the air as he's sort of managing clients and these clients that he's serving, and also composers and artists. So we're going to definitely get an even deeper dive with him through the Sync Connect Zoom call in a couple of months here. And then Matt, we have scheduled in May. Matt is with Methodic Doubt. Some of you guys maybe have heard of his company, but obviously with placements like The Irishman, The Lighthouse, Creed 2, Ford versus Ferrari, Watchmen, Hobbs and Shaw, Knives Out, huge trailer company. So big trailer, high quality A-list Hollywood productions and documentaries that you definitely want to potentially get your tracks inserted into and be a part of this amazing company with Methodic Doubt. So those are the library CEOs we have scheduled. And again, that list may continue on. And as of right now, as I said before, we have 12 spots left. So definitely make sure you take your spot before they're essentially gone and then the price goes up. Just know that we do have a cancel anytime option. You don't have to subscribe for this for more than 1 month. You can just literally come in for 1 month if you like to. And we do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it, you weren't satisfied with it, whatever, just email me, jesse@syncmymusic.com, and I'll refund you, cancel your membership immediately. If it's not valuable for you, please don't stay. That's basically my invitation to you, okay? Now, when we jump on these Zoom calls, we will be asking every single one of these CEOs these 5 questions. So that's how we're going to start off these Zoom calls. What projects are they working on? What future projects are they preparing for? So you guys can be aware of how you can potentially start serving them in the future. That would be kind of useful to know. What genres do they need, right? What genres do they not need, so that you're not wasting their time and your own time by sending them some music that's just not really on their radar. And then how can a producer or composer best serve them? So you're going to really want to pay attention to that one. And then at the end, once we do those questions, we'll open it up for all of your questions in the Zoom chat feature. So if you got a specific question about your genre or something that they do, you can really jump in there and get that direct question. And one of the big benefits I've already noticed, and I've heard from a lot of you guys who are working with SyncConnect, is it just really humanizes the people that you're going to be working with. So, a lot of people are worried, should I be working with this company? Should I send my music to this company? I don't know if it's the right fit. Well, with a service like SyncConnect, where you're on a Zoom call, well, you'll get to know the human being behind the company. So you can't really do this with necessarily just a website search where you're kind of looking and analyzing a website. You really need to feel and hear from the person themselves about what they feel, what they believe, what is their philosophy, what are they looking for to achieve with their company, to see if your goals and your values kind of really align. And then you'll get a better feeling, like in your gut, is this somebody I should really trust with my music? You'll know that much better with a service like this, okay? Then we do have some frequently asked questions. If you're curious about this service, you can obviously scroll down. You can read all of these to find out more about this service. But I'm really excited. I think this is going to be an amazing year, and I'm really looking forward to hearing even more success stories from many of you guys that are in SyncConnect, or maybe join us today in the future, because any one of these partners right here might be your ticket into starting to create some sizable income for yourself, whether that's part-time, of course, in the short run. But my goal for many of you guys is to help you guys get to that full-time income status in the long run in this career. And of course, it doesn't come overnight. It takes years. It can take a lot of work and dedication and showing up consistently. But I know that, a service like this can essentially really jumpstart your career much faster than if you had to kind of do a lot of this just kind of trial and error, shoot music out to different people, you not really know what you're doing. This really sort of pulls back the curtain, and it allows for a lot more direct communication between you and the people that might be your ticket to making sync licensing a really sizable part of your income in the future. So that's why I created this service, and that's why we've been seeing so many amazing success stories already from many of our members. So please join us. There's a link below. If you do want to get one of your tracks submitted to one of these library CEOs, just know that that's an additional fee. It's $75 for subscribing members. And it's first come, first serve, and we allow 5 tracks every single time, okay? So what happens is once you sign up and you get inside of the membership area, which is going to happen immediately after you sign up from this page, there will be a video, or a button rather, that says submit music. So if there are still 5 spots for Mike's session, which is coming up January 13th, you will be able to do that. And what's going to happen is once there's 5 tracks already submitted, that button will disappear, and then it'll reappear the next time we have a library CEO scheduled. So basically, don't wait. You can certainly sign up now and start to pick whichever library CEO you want to get your tracks submitted for. You don't have to obviously wait until January, February to get your tracks submitted for any of these future library CEOs. In fact, the link right now that's in there, you can use it and select any one of these library CEOs to submit to. But you definitely need to claim your spot now, so that as that date approaches, those 5 spots don't get taken up. And just so you know, every single month, 5 spots get taken up, okay? And they get taken up fairly quickly. So we limit it to 5 because we don't want to basically stretch out these Zoom sessions for too long for these library CEOs. We don't want to have too much music for them to review. And I think 5 tracks is enough for you guys that are really serious about these companies to, get those tracks reviewed if you want to. But also, for everybody else, you get a good sort of scope on what kind of music the library CEO is excited about, what kind of common notes or points of feedback they're giving. So you go like, they keep on saying this. Maybe if I want to submit music to them, I need to pay attention to that in my production music. So that's the kind of insights that you're going to get with SyncConnect that you can literally not get from a Google search or just from searching through a website. So really excited to have you guys join us. I'm looking forward to 2024 and to having many more of you guys get directly connected with library CEOs. And that is what my big calling card, that's the big flag that I plant in the sand for my company, for Sync My Music, is I want to provide services and useful connection opportunities for you guys to create direct relationships. Nobody in the middle, nobody between you and them. In fact, if you submit a track and one of these library CEOs during their review says, I love this, I would absolutely want to, accept this into my catalog. What I do, I've done this every time we had a CEO, is I go right to my email after the session. I email the library CEO owner, and then I CC you, your email on it, and I say, here's the submission that you loved. You guys go ahead and directly communicate about how you want to move forward, and God bless. I hope it all works out. Then it's really on you guys to decide how you want to work together. I'm not in the middle. I don't take any fees. I don't take any publishing. I'm not shopping your music. I'm not doing anything like that. You are going to now, from that moment on, be directly connected with a really powerful decision maker in this business. And you do need those direct relationships if you want to have a chance at making this sizable part-time or certainly full-time income in your career. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And if you have any more questions, you can always get me at jesse@syncmymusic.com. We'll see you guys in the next Zoom call.